Do you know, it's often been said that
Time is the fire in which we burn.
okay, it was in a Star Trek movie, and it was only once, but the point is well made. So why am I spending time on time? Because it is a hugely valuable asset, and it's one that we can either provide or steal. So I'm doing 2 videos on how we can adapt what we do in the event and speaking space to respect the power and potential of time. In my second video, we'll talk about how to structure your presentation for success, taking time into account. But in this video, let's look at event flow. In other words, your agenda. Your agenda is critical as it sets expectations, creates a flow, and in many ways tells your story. Let it breathe. In my view, there's nothing more challenging to your audience than a packed, tight agenda where there's no time to connect. In fact, no time for anything other than back-to-back-to-back presentations. I see this a lot, agendas for events with 1,000 people, and the coffee break is 10 minutes. I mean, it takes 10 minutes for everyone to start filing out the room, let alone get a coffee, have a chat, answer an email, go to the bathroom. So why do planners do this? Well, actually, it's not planners' fault at all. Instead, it's the perception that we must tell the audience absolutely everything. Every strategy, every innovation, every idea, every customer story. You do not need to tell them everything. In fact, you shouldn't tell them everything. The exact opposite is what is required. Less is more. They cannot remember everything. So when you or your speakers finally get to the stage, only tell them, your valuable audience, what they need to remember. And that means pre-event being very clear on the key messages, the critical moments, and the overall ideas behind your event. So let's talk timing. My advice: deploy the 90-minute rule. That's right, no audience should ever be asked to sit for more than 90 minutes, about the length of a standard sort of movie. After 90 minutes, us humans, we start getting edgy, restless, and bored. So here's my suggestion for what could be an ideal agenda. 9 a.m. start for your first main plenary session, not too early. After 90 minutes, time for a generous coffee break. Then we're back into plenary session number 2, another 90 minutes. After which, a very respectable time for lunch and more networking from 12:30. It's then time for breakouts. Schedule breakout session number 1 for 55 minutes. Then 5 minutes for a switcheroo. And then breakout session number 2 can run for an hour. After which, time for a coffee break and more networking. And finally, let's go back into the plenary session number 3, but this time only about an hour. And then, the most important part of the day, cocktails at 5:30. So take a shredder to your content, cut it way back. Decide on your key messages and ideas, and through your smart and generous new agenda, deliver just those. By reducing the endless collection of content down to just what is essential, you free up your speakers, your audience, and your team. And in creating this audience-focused flow and strategy, you get to decide what the memorable moments will be. You'll free up your audience to enjoy all of their coffee, to network, connect, share best practice stories, to talk about the wonderfully bright and insightful comments and ideas of your speakers. It really is a win-win. Now that agenda, or something just like it, because every event is different, is one that respects time given and rewards with time back. And with any luck, will help you create an experience that will be appreciated, valued, and shared. And then it's time for cocktails.